Okay, I will walk you over your assignment on Visual Composer, your assignment 4 on Visual Composer, and this is about updating employee using prototype. The original assignment is too long, so I've divided into two assignments, assignment 4 and 5. So your next assignment will be a continuation of this assignment. Okay, so what we are doing in assignment 4 and 5, in both these assignments we will be working on how to model a prototype application is using Visual Composer 7.1, and then we later convert it to a fully functional application. So what we learn is how to develop prototype application, and remember we are developing an application here without coding, right? That is the fun part about Visual Composer. Create user interface and then create service components to simulate enterprise services. Okay. Basically what we would be doing here is we will be able to search an employee with an ID. We should be able to modify the details of an employee, and we should be able to save also the details of an employee. So I'll walk you over assignment 4 first. So we log into Visual Composer. So I have already logged in. So you log into Visual Composer. Then from tools, sorry, not these tools, but here, tools, options. In compiler you have to make sure that portal is selected, and also come here, I go to model. Okay, I create a new model. So this is my new model, and composite view, and I name it SLU 000, right, employee, then prototype. This is my name, and you have to select a development component, remember. So actually I'm logged in to 001, so my name is SLU 001, your login ID. Okay, so always you name it after your login ID, you know that by now. So we go to a development component, and this is again SLU 001, which is my login ID, then employee, then prototype. Now remember one thing, in the development component, if you write the name, if you give it a name in caps, caps don't work in development component. Okay, so I say okay, and then I say okay. So let me check if I am fine. Okay, I have to do portal, new model, and then I have to composite view, and then I have to do development component, and so far. So I'm here. And in the configure, I also have to check that Web Dyn Pro is selected as runtime. So that's also fine. In configure, yes, Web Dyn Pro is selected as runtime. So I'm fine. So I have to go to Compose now. Okay, in the Compose tab, I select the wizard, drag it to the place, then I name it address change. Okay, so I go to the wizard, then double click, and wizard 1, I name it address change. Okay, so you can see you have address change here. Okay, now after that I select the Compose tab, then form view, and drag it into the address change box within step 1. Okay, so I go to form view, drag it and drop it within step 1. Then I think I have to double click on step 1, and I have to enter search employee for the name. Okay, so it would look like this, search employee, and then I have to add a step. Okay, so I double click, step 1 is now named as employee search or search employee. Search employee, see, search employee. Okay, so it is search employee now. Now then I then what do? After I did that, I right click on the wizard and select add a step, name it modify your details. So I right click on the wizard. Okay, wizard is the address change wizard. Okay, and then I name it modify your details. Modify your details. Okay, and drag a form into step 2. Then I create a third step, drag a form into it and name it confirmation. So I need this basically. So let me go back. So I do step 1, modify your details. Then again I right click on the wizard, add step, and this is my confirmation. Okay, and I also have to add a form view inside each of them. So I'm here now. Okay, I'll be doing 5 now. I have to create a transition. Okay, by selecting search for employee and the orange dot and drag it to the upper left hand corner of the modify your details. Okay, and double click on the new transition line, and then I have to enter search as the event name. So I come here, I go here, go here, transition, I bring it here. Okay, and then I have to add okay, I have to enter search as the event name. Okay, I have to do the same thing here. I have to do a transition, go to here, and I think didn't work, go to here, and then event name is back. No, not back, I think event name is save. Let me check. And this is event name is search and this one's event name is save. Yes, so I just do it. So we save. Okay, so I have search and save. So I am here now. Then I have to click on the layout tab, and then I have to select the first form and enter search for employee, and select the compose tab, and I have to an input field icon and drag it into form 1. So let's see if I can remember all these things. So what I do is I select the layout tab, then I choose form 1. Okay, and then in form 1 I think I have to write down search for an employee. Okay, then I go to compose, I bring it in input field here, search for an employee, and then I pull an employee, okay, input field into form 1, that's what I have done, and then double click to select the input field and enter employee ID for label. So double click to select the okay, and click on employee ID for label. Is there a gap between employee and ID? Yes, employee ID for label. Okay, so after that I think I have to go to the action button. Now I have to drag a button icon onto the workspace and enter search for text, turn off indent and click on action. So I go to compose, I bring in a button here. Okay, then Okay, enter search for text, turn off indent. Enter search for text, turn off indent. Okay, and then I have to go to action and click plus on action, click under more, select trigger transition, and then select search employee for form and select modify your details to end. Okay, so I go to action, then I go to plus trigger transition. From here, from search employee, I am going to modify your details. Okay, then I close. What do I have to do next? I have to select step modify your details and change the name of the form to details, and I have to add the following. That is going to be a challenge. So I go to modify details form, I hold the form and I change it to details. This is done. Now I have to add all these here. Okay, first is plain text, personal details, font is emphasized. Okay, okay, plain text. First is compose plain text, do I label or do I, it's label. See, label is personal details. So label is personal details. Okay, and then I have to, I think, go to styles, and font style is emphasized. Okay, so my details is text one is done. So let's see how it looks like text one. Okay, this is going to look like this. So details text one, then I have to do employee ID, first name, last name. Okay, so employee ID, input field, employee ID, is there a gap? Yes, there is a gap. Employee ID, first name, last name, and read only, read only, read only. So it has to look like this. So employee ID, read only is there. Okay, then I have to go to compose, bring in another input field, and first name, then I have to go to another input field, first name, last name. Okay, so I have done the 3 input fields, and now I have to do another plain text, which is text 2. Okay, so I just want to check text 2 is also emphasized font, and it is personal address. So I will do a text 2 plain text, and this is personal address, and I have to go to styles and make it emphasized. Okay, now within that I will have all input fields. You can see on your left column, country, city, street, house number, zip, address ID. So country, city, street, house number, okay, house number, do I have, no, house, gap, no, and zip, house, gap, no, and then zip, and then address ID. Okay, so now I have to add two buttons. Okay, I will add the buttons first. So I will add this button here and then another button here. In the first button, text is back. In the first button, text is back and indent is false. The second one is text is save and index is false. The text is back and indent is false, and the second button, text is save and indent is false. Okay, now let's see, where am I? So we are here. Now I believe I have to now go to confirmation. Okay, wheel transitions, where back will go to search employee and save will go to confirmation. Back will go to search employee. So action plus transition So this is my modify your details page, and back will go to search for employee, right? And save will go to confirmation. Okay. So modify your details page will go to search employee, okay, and save will go to confirmation. Confirmation. Okay, now from the confirmation form I have to change the name to confirmation, add a bold text field, style emphasized of your change has been saved, and this is how it should look. And using second confirmation, okay, so this is how it should look. Your change has been saved, and then I have to have a back button and a close button. Okay, so confirmation, I change the name of the form to confirmation, right? Then I have to add a text button which says your change has been saved. Your change has been saved, and I have to choose font style emphasized. So you see your change has been saved. Then I have to have a back button and a close button. Okay, so I have a back button, radio button, back, and I have another button called save. Okay, now I have to create transition also in these two buttons. Back will go to modify your details and save will go to, back will go to modify your details and close will go to search employee. Okay. Okay, so I have to add two buttons which I have added, back and save, and I have to build transitions now. Back button will go to modify your details and close button will go to search employee. Okay, so back button I'll create action plus trigger transition. So from confirmation I have to go to back, so modify your details and close, and then for save I have to do action plus trigger transition. From confirmation I have to go to search employee. Okay, and I close. So after that what I have to do is I have to save the project and deploy. Okay, so I save my project here and then I deploy. Okay, now let me do a F5 here. It will work. Okay, don't worry, it will work. Sometimes that button doesn't show up, but if I redo it, it will come back. So I open this. I have saved it, so don't worry, and I deploy now. Let's see. Yes, it has come up. Include DC dependencies, and I do deploy. Okay. Now I have to click on the HTML link. Okay, and test all the buttons. Take a screenshot and provide it. So I will come here, HTML button. Okay, this is my first one. So search for an employee. I take a screenshot of this, and like I like to do it in paints. So I'll go to accessories, I'll go to paint, I'll go to paste, I take this, cut, and this is my screenshot A. Okay, A. Okay, then I have my screenshot B. For screenshot B, what I'll do is I was here, right? I will do click on search. This is my screenshot B. So modify your details, and this is my modify your details thing. So I've done a screenshot. Now I will go to paint, new, and I will paste it. I will have a clear picture, cut, and this is going to be my second screenshot. Okay, after I've done that, I go back here and then I go to save, and this gives me my third screenshot. Okay, and I similarly take a print screen, go to paint, open a new, don't save the old, paste, take a screenshot, and I take a cut. This is my my third screenshot. Okay, now this is what I save and this is what I need to submit. So you are done with your assignment 4. Okay, so you are done with your assignment 4.